Hello students, now we'll see the part 2, means we'll continue our story. There was now a fine cold drizzle falling and the wind had risen from its uncertain puffs into a steady blow. Means now there was cold snow falling there and the wind which was risen, means it was blowing now from its uncertain puffs. Puffs means air blast. So there was cold air blast there into a steady blow, means slowly now it was blowing. The few pedestrians in the neighborhood, pedestrians means the people who are walking on the road in the neighborhood. Neighborhood means the people, those who are walking here and there. Hurriedly, dismally and silently. Hurriedly means they were walking very fast and silently, along with coat collars turned high and pocketed hands. Means what they have done, they have their coats were up collared and hands were in their pockets. And in the door of the hardware store, the man who had come 1,000 miles to fill an appointment with the friend of his youth smoked his cigar and waited. And here in the story we have seen the person who was standing near the store, he was waiting for his friend, and from 1,000 miles long distance he has come to fill his appointment, means to meet his friend. And what he was doing, he was smoking the cigar and he was waiting. About 20 minutes he waited, and then a tall man in a long overcoat with collar turned up to his ears hurried across from the opposite side of the street. He came directly to the waiting man. Now what happened? From the other side of the road, a tall man came, and he was also wearing a very long overcoat with the collar turned to his ears. He hurriedly came to the man opposite side and from the street. He came directly to the waiting man. "Is that you, Bob?" he asked doubtfully. "Is that you, Jimmy Wells?" cried the man in the door. Now both they were asking each other whether "is that you? Is that you?" "Bless my heart!" exclaimed the new arrival, grasping both the other hands with his own. "It's Bob, sure as fate. I was certain I had find you here if you were still in existence. Well, 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 20 years is a long time. The old restaurant's gone, Bob. I wish it had lasted so we could have had another dinner there. How has the West treated you, old man?" Now the man who came near the earlier man, he asked, he was saying, "Bless my heart," and then grasping both the hands, means they were shaking hands with each other. "It's Bob, sure as fate." Okay, so he's saying, it is our future, it's Bob, it's you. I was certain I had find you, and he has find him finally. And if you were still in existence, he told I was sure that if it is you still alive, I will meet you. Then he is saying, "It is 20 years is a very long time, and the old restaurant where they have meet with the appointment, where they have made the appointment, now it has gone. Bob, I wish I had lasted." And he was saying that restaurant should be there right now, and so they would both would have eaten the dinner together. And then he asked him how West has treated to him. "It has given me everything I asked it for." When Bob asked him how West has treated him, so he is answering that West has given him everything, whatever he asked. "You have changed lots, Jimmy." He is saying to Jimmy that he has changed so much. How he has changed? "I never thought you were so tall by 2 or 3 inches. Means he has grown high by 2 or 3 inches. Oh, I grew a bit after I was 20. So he is saying that after 20 years of age, he grew a little bit more. Doing well in New York, Jimmy. So he is saying in New York, you have done very well. Moderately, I have a position in one of the city departments. Come on, Bob, we will go around to a place I know of and have a good long talk about old times. So he say moderately means okay, not very good and not very bad. And also I have a position in one of the city departments, means in some government city department he is having a very good position. And then he is asking Bob to move along and have a walk. So he is saying ki around the place we'll have a walk and then we'll talk about our old times. The two men started up the street arm in arm. One, his egoism enlarged by success, was beginning to outline the history of his career. The other, submerged in his overcoat, listened with interest. Now both the friends, arm in arm, started walking. And the one, Bob, who was very rich now, so he was in his ego, and ego was very big by success, and he started briefing his history, means how he has made his good career, how he has made a lot of money. The other, submerged in his overcoat, listened with interest, and the other person, he was under his coat and he was just listening with very great interest. At the corner stood a drug store, brilliant with electric lights. Now what happened? There was a medical store at the corner and it was very lighted with lights. Means it was very brightly lighted. When they came into the glare, each of them turned simultaneously to gaze upon the other's face. Now what happens? There was very light, so both of came close to each other and they were seeing each other, means they both friends were seeing to each other. Now the man from the west stopped suddenly and released his arm. Now what happened? The Bob who came from the west, he stopped suddenly and he took out his hand. You are not Jimmy Wells, he snapped. Now what he is saying, he shouted in a loud voice that you are not Jimmy Wells, you are not my friend. 20 years is a long time, but not long enough to change a man's nose from a Roman to a pug. Means he is saying that 20 years, I know it is a very long time, but a man's nose cannot change from a Roman, means from a long nose to a pug, means a small nose. It sometimes changes a good man into a bad one, said the tall man. Now the tall man which came there, he was saying that sometimes a good man changes to a bad one. You have been under arrest for 10 minutes, Silky Bob. And he is saying ki I am a policeman and I have already arrested you from 10 minutes. Going quietly, are you? That's sensible. Then he is saying, please walk with me quietly and that make you sensible person. Now before we go to the station, here's a note I was asked to hand you. And then he's saying, before going to the police station, I'll give you some note which your friend had asked me to give. The note was from the friend Jimmy. You may read it here at the window. It's from Patrolman Wells. He said you can read near the window. It is from your friend Jimmy Wells. The man from the west unfolded the little piece of paper handed over to him. Now the man who has already come from west, he unfolded the paper and he started reading. His hand was steady when he began to read, but it trembled a little by the time he had finished. So when he started reading, that time his hand was steady, means it was not moving, but as soon as he has continuing the letter, his hands were trembling, his hands were shaking. The note was rather short. Bob, I was at the appointed place on time. When you struck the match to light your cigar, I saw it was the face of a man wanted in Chicago. Somehow I couldn't do it myself, so I went around and got a plainclothes man to do the job, Jimmy. Now, this letter was from Jimmy. He was saying that, Bob, I came to the place which we have decided to meet, but as soon as you lighted the cigar, I saw your face, and that face was of a criminal which was wanted in the Chicago, and that's why he was not able to hold his means catch his friend, so arrest his friend, and so he he sent his another cop to do the same. So he sent a plain clothes cop to do the job, means to arrest Bob, and that letter was from Jimmy. Here our chapter is complete.